Hello. Today I wanted to make monkey bread from scratch because why not? Now, I was going to sit here and list all the ingredients out to you with my voice, but then I found out how to put words on the screen and I'm lazy, so I'm not going to do that. I'll also list and link the original recipe in the description below, so you can use that as well. You can follow this recipe but use canned biscuits instead of fresh ones to save you a lot of time and pain. Also, they might taste better, but you won't get bragging rights. So I like to melt my butter and combine it with my milk, and that's what I'm doing here. While the buttermilk mixture cools down a little, I'm going to dump in 3 1/4 cups of flour into the stand mixer. So that I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt and 1/4 cup of sugar. Mix it together. Now that the buttermilk has cooled down a bit, I'm going to pour it into a mixing glass. And it's still a little warm, so I'm going to mix it to help it cool faster. I want it to be warm enough so that the yeast will not die. I don't want the yeast to die, I want her to live her dreams. The buttermilk should be ideally around 95 to 105 degrees when you add the yeast to it. Once the yeast has been added to the buttermilk, add it to the stand mixer, and once a dough forms, leave it on top of a preheated stove covered and let it rise for 1 to 2 hours. While it's rising, you can make the coating. I personally like a lot of cinnamon. Recipes are always like 2 teaspoons, but 2 teaspoons aren't enough for me, lady. I want tablespoons. I use like 3 tablespoons in this. Anyway, combine your cinnamon and brown sugar in a bowl. I also put nutmeg in it too, don't tell anyone. Melt some butter in a pan, flatten out your dough evenly, and cut it into tiny squares. Then coat the dough squares in butter and then in the brown sugar mixture and place them into a buttered bun pan. I feel like that's a lot of butter. Once that's done, let the dough rise in a pan again. I know, what the hell, I just let it rise? Well, we're doing it again. I don't know why, and I didn't make the rules. Just let it rise again for an hour or 2, and then place it in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes. Let it cool, but I really need to stress this. Only let it cool for 10 minutes. If you let it cool for too long, then it'll stick to the pan forever and you'll get no monkey bread, which means this was all for nothing. Once you're able to, and I honestly don't know how I did this without burning myself, flip it over onto the thing you want, and then wiggle it out. Then glaze it while it's still warm. I used the leftover butter and powdered sugar. Okay, bye.